follow-up rant about playoff football. The last video I put up a little thing about Baker Mayfield being disrespected. And I'm going to tell you right now, this dude did really good. Man, what a weekend of football, though, it was. I knew the 49ers were going to win. I seen that happening, even though, boy, that was a close game. Really close game. I was very impressed with that young Packer team. There was a couple mistakes by a young team, but they're going to be a force. I don't know. They're like, if you want a quarterback to be good, you just end up going to Green Bay. That's crazy. And then, of course, you had San Fran, who really Brock Purdy does not look good without Debo. And I was critical. Oh, shit. I was critical of Debo Samuel earlier in the year. I wasn't making videos yet, but damn, man. He really kind of impressed me. Because without him, that offense does not look good. And then we had the Chiefs. Sorry, guys. Oh, sorry for whoever's watching. If anybody, I really don't care. Then we had the Chiefs-Buffalo game, which I picked the Chiefs. If you watch my previous video, I picked the Chiefs to win the game. But I thought Buffalo was the better team. Travis Kelce, man. 2 touchdowns. The one, he was wide open. And I mean, that was busted. It had been busted coverage. And then I did think it was kind of pathetic that the Buffalo Bills decided to do that fake punt with Damar Hamlin, and I was like, what the hell are you doing? Damar is not even that good of a player. I know, comeback player of the year and shit, but I'm not really big on him winning that. I thought there was better people for that particular award. Josh Allen played well. Yeah, I mean, that was a good game. Overall, that was a good game. Like I said, I thought Buffalo had the better team and was going to win it, especially with the conditions. But I picked the Chiefs. I was happy that they won. Again, I know that the Chiefs are going to play the Ravens, and I know that the Chiefs have a really good defense. Like, their defense, this might be the best defense they've had in the last 3 years, I want to say. But I do not see them beating the Ravens. I think this is the Ravens' year. There's only one team coming out of the NFC that I can actually see beating them. And, oh man, I can't even say San Fran doing that. Because Brock Purdy played like garbage. But I think Detroit could do it. Because like I said, Baker Mayfield, even Mike Evans said it. Many, many other teammates have said it of Baker Mayfield. He's criminally underrated in the game of football. Man, that guy, the dude he's so good. He really is. A lot of people look at what he did in Carolina, and a lot of people look at the last year in Cleveland when he was hurt. And then a lot of other people look at, the time in the Rams when he didn't have any starting receivers. So criminally underrated, criminally not freaking thought about as like a legit starting quarterback. And that's sad, man. Because that dude, oh man, he's so good. Detroit, Tampa game. I picked Tampa Bay. I really thought they were going to pull that out. But it just didn't end up being that way. And that pass to Mike Evans, that in the first quarter that got picked off, man, dude. C.J. Gardner-Johnson ended up picking it off, but if Mike Evans brings that ball in or at least bats it down, you don't get that giant momentum. And I talked about it the last video. You got to surge that storm of energy. Tampa didn't do that in the first half. They were so stagnant on offense, but they kept moving the ball, which was really good. I really enjoyed what they were doing. Second half, though, I don't know why they went for 2. I don't know why Mike Evans didn't try to jump on the receiver. I understand he's pedaling backward. It's very hard because we're not in that situation. But, man, you want to talk about opportunities left on the table? Right there. Same as the Packers. Opportunities left on the table. They could have won that game. San Fran doesn't look unbeatable without Deebo Samuel. Brandon Ayuk's good, but it just doesn't seem like they have anything behind him. There's nothing. They got McCaffrey. I thought Kittle was going to have a way bigger game. But, it happens. It happens. It doesn't. He didn't have a great game, which, hey, that's okay. Not ideal for him, but definitely a good game. And then coming into this next game, you got Baltimore going against KC in the AFC Championship game. As strong as the Chiefs has been throughout the years, this is the weakest offense I have seen from them. Travis Kelce's still doing his thing. It's been a down year for him, but, he's dropped a couple balls in the playoffs. Obviously, it's been cold as hell. I don't blame him for that. But you're talking about, he's almost all they have outside. Rashee Rice has been stepping up. He's still a rookie. He makes rookie mistakes. I really think he's going to be something special. Valdez-Scantling, bum. There's a whole bunch of bums on that team. And then Kadarius Toney, man, he used to be good. Now he's not even getting on the field. But I do like Isaiah Pacheco. I think that Isaiah Pacheco is that dude is small, but he runs like he's 250 pounds, man. He runs angry. I'm a big fan of him. Big fan of how Andy Reid uses him. And like I said, their defense is no joke. But when you look at Lamar Jackson, what Baltimore brings to the table, you're talking about a top 5 defense, very aggressive defense, knows their P's and Q's. I think it's Humphrey that's out right now. I think he comes back this week. Mark Andrews comes back this week, so you're going to have the Andrews likely combination outside. Zay Flowers, who has already proven that he's a stud. I kind of like, speaking of rookie receivers, I like Jordan Addison too. I think Jordan Addison, if he would have had a solid year with Kirk Cousins, I think he would have put up the same kind of numbers. I think he would have broke 1,000 yards, 110%. He was I think he's 40 yards short. Him and Zay Flowers, oh man, they're both at a very high mark. And I think Minnesota had quarterback injuries all year long. And if they don't have that, you're looking at a very, I think he goes over 1,000 yards. And I also think that he's in another conversation of rookie of the year, things like that. Because when Jefferson went out, man, Jordan Addison, he did really good. They knocked off the 49ers. This is why I don't think the 49ers are really good, because Kirk Cousins is out there. They knocked off the 49ers, and Addison took that ball right out of that DB's hands. Oh man, it was a 60-yard touchdown. He threw a post, and it was right to the defender's hands, and Addison just went back and just ripped it out of there. That was great. But enough talk about rookie receivers. I think that I do think the Ravens will beat KC. I'm going to root for KC. Dad, love you. But I don't think they're beating KC. This might be the Ravens' year. I don't even think Lamar had 200 yards of passing offense last game. And he had 100 rushing yards. And, just putting on a clinic offensively. John Harbaugh's got that team playing so well. And it could be the very first time we ever see a college coach win the national championship, Jim Harbaugh, and an NFL coach, brothers, John Harbaugh, in the same year. That would be pretty cool, honestly. There's so many storylines this year. I really do the whole like Eminem picking Detroit and Taylor Swift being on KC, I really don't want to see that in the Super Bowl. Like I said, I'll pull for KC because of my dad. But I do think the Ravens, I'm going to root for KC, but I think the Ravens are going to win that game. So I'm picking the Ravens. And then I'm picking Detroit. If Debo doesn't play, I'm picking Detroit. Because they did not look good against Green Bay. Either that or Green Bay's just that good. I don't really think they are. They're just a young, fiery team. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna lock those picks in for this week, and then I guess we'll see injury statuses and things as the week goes on. But we're gonna go with. I'm gonna go ahead and lock it up. I'm gonna pick Detroit as long as Debo doesn't play. If Debo plays, lock me in for San Fran. But I love the Dan Campbell head coach, so I'm going to go ahead and pick Detroit if Debo Samuel is out. If Debo Samuel is playing, I revert my pick to the 49ers. Because they look like a different team with him and without him. It just makes Brandon Ayuk's job so much harder. And I didn't realize that he was so important to a team. Anywho. So lock that in. I'm just going to go ahead. You know what? I'm not going to result it to injury. I am just going to go ahead and say I think Detroit will take it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to wait on injury. I'm going to call it now. I'm going to say Detroit wins in San Fran. And I'm going to say Ravens in the AFC. I think that's going to be the Super Bowl. It's going to be Ravens in Detroit. Hopefully. What a story that would be if Detroit makes it to the Super Bowl in Dan Campbell's third year coaching. Because Dan Campbell deserves a Super Bowl ring, because a lot of people doesn't know this, but he was on the New Orleans Saints team who won the Super Bowl with Sean Payton, but he was on IR all year, so they did not give him a ring. So he's actually technically a Super Bowl champion who doesn't have a ring. Ain't that kind of fucked up? I don't know. If I was the team, I would give him a ring just because, hey, you were on our squad. But I'm going to go ahead and in here. I'm going to hit chest today, back tomorrow, then legs the next day. I'll make another video soon. I might be skipping a couple days because my work schedule, I carpool on the way to work, so it'd be weird to do a video. But probably in the next couple days, I'll post another one. Probably a nighttime talk in the truck, something like that. All right, guys. Hope y'all have a good day. Some coffee, tea, whatever you drink. Have a good one. Be happy.